I'll chuck us on go live as well. Alright, there we go. Lovely.
Right, do I like not have access to one of the chats or something?
Which one?
Because I think race 13, because I think I'm doing 5 and I have 4 chats here. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm with Jess, so she'll be able to tell me or something, whatever that happens. So race 11 it's Matcha, okay. Race 12 is J. Cole, 16 J. Cole, 17 J. Cole. Okay, right, yeah. Great.
Okay. Oh, I really hope they tell us when we go live. I wonder. But until then, I reckon we just pretend like we're not live for a bit. What's your favourite Crash Bandicoot game?
Fucking hell. Oh, Nail. Did Nail drive in it as well? Alpine Community Cup. Qualifying P8. Race P11. Interesting.
Right. Let's hop up into the com box, I think, now, yeah?
Yeah.
There we go. Yellow.
Hi there, buddy.
Hey, how we doing?
Oh, mate, fuming. My CPU's absolutely fried.
Yeah, I would say try on settings and try and put it to a lower priority. Yeah, it might be worth having a little fiddle around before the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little fiddling around before I go to bed ahead of the 4:10 race. But I don't know what's causing it. Like I said, there were a few internet dropouts, to be fair, in the Australian race that weren't CPU related. But throughout the other 2 races, I'm having a look at the stats for it. It's awful. So it's just absolutely bottoming out.
Yeah, it was really hard to watch.
That'll be alright. Well, we'll get it sorted. We'll be bouncing back.
Yeah.
That's a daft thing, though. Like, to me, it didn't look like the dropouts were infrequent, but when they happened, it was bad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Right. J. Cole's asking to throw it to us already.
Right. I'll leave you. I'm going to drop out. Joseph, a pleasure with you
right.
as always, mate. I'll speak to you in a bit. Good luck for
Absolutely.
the rest of Good luck for the Las Vegas race. It'll be a smashing.
Yes, hopefully.
Thank you.
We're
See
planning
you
on
guys.
that. Alright, all good. In a bit, boys. In a bit. Ah, there we go.
Already?
We're ready. We've got the bit. We've got the funny haha. We'll be cooking. Charity race. That's what we got to remember. We're allowed to take the mickey. Not too much. Just a
Yeah.
little. Can you just keep
I'll
talking for
screen
me?
sharing, by the way, here as well.
Huh? Oh yeah, will do. There you go.
Time for me to charge my phone as well, like Richie.
Absolutely, I'm gonna need to do it as well. Okay, apparently we're live. Apparently, rumor has it. I ain't sure. Omi, do you think we're live? Do you think chat will know if we're live or not? I don't know. I don't think they can hear us. No, I don't think they can. You know, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced chat can hear us. But if you can, feel free to drop a message. See, no messages. I'm telling you, Omi, we're not live. No need to worry. It's Las Vegas. We're doing it in private. We've got the little curtain shutters up around the circuit, which really did a lot of good in the real life Grand Prix. I'm not sure if you saw that one. No, definitely not live.
Yeah.
Thank you, J. Cole. See,
Yep.
I'm telling you, this chat's really helpful. They'll tell us when we're not live and everything.
Yeah.
But you know, we did do a bit of investigative digging, didn't we, Omi, in the commentary waiting room?
Yes.
And we found one of the drivers from the last race had a USB plugged in to their console.
Yes, we did.
It
After
was
a bit of investigations.
yeah, it was a certain Thomas Ronhar. We do have secret access onto what was actually on the USB drive. What do you reckon it was, Omi?
I'm unsure. Do you want to go for it?
I don't know if you're ready for it. Stream chat. Do you want to see what was on Ronhar's USB drive? Because to me, I don't know whether it's a secret strategy. You know, perhaps some of those, preloaded setups. You never know. Maybe he's changed the default setup. That's why he's so quick. It couldn't just be pure skill. Absolutely not. No chance. Don't believe it. Right. Okay. Are you ready, Omi?
I'm ready. I don't know
Alright.
if chat's ready though.
Okay. Hold on. I'm just unzipping it now. Do. Right. Here we go. We've got it. It's for one file as well. Hold on. What? That.
Wow.
Oh dear. That's how he's so quick.
Wow. Amazing.
I mean, he's got the headphones for it, to be fair.
Yeah.
They look noise cancelling, to say the least. But there you go. There's your answer on how Ron Ha's so quick. If you want to be as quick as Ron Ha, download that, put it on your USB drive, and
Yep.
you should just be as quick as Ron Ha.
Yep. Then you should be ready to go.
JGM and Omi guaranteed. Yep. Please don't sue us.
Oh.
Oh, Ron Ha. I always knew you had something up your sleeve, mate. I knew you had it. I knew you had something on that USB drive. It was a little shush. Cheeky. But we do have Las Vegas coming up, and I, for one, am a huge fan of Las Vegas. I feel like it causes some brilliant racing, a lot of drama as well. You know, it's not as slippy as it was in real life, but I feel like that adds to it a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely with all of the slipstreaming that we see, it can definitely be very, very interesting, and I'm sure it is going to be. And we're hopefully going to get a lot of action, and let's see who's going to be able to be as quick as Thomas Ron, and who's going to be right now trying to get it all sorted.
Where is the wheel spin? Do we have a wheel spin? Do you? Oh, Ron Ha, I don't think we can allocate you. What was that 1,029,299 extra points? I don't feel like we're in a position to do that. I can do maths, so I can read sometimes. Maybe. That's a lie. I can't read for the slightest part of me. But coming out of Australia into Las Vegas, and we got the random Grand Prix, which I'll be departing you guys for. I know. Does the Ron Ha USB give you more points? See, I couldn't find anything else on the USB. You know.
Yeah.
It was literally just a single PNG file.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I did look. I looked very hard. I even went into the properties of the USB stick, and it was just, I even renamed it. So, Ron Ha, please check your USB stick, mate. I renamed it for you. You're welcome. Kiss, hug. No, kiss, hug, that's one. But yeah, we've got the random race, which we'll be spinning the wheel for after this. And then we do have France, Austria, Imola, another random one, Canada, Miami, Italy, and a random 5. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Apparently we just got a desktop background flash there. Very cheeky from the, very, very, very cheeky from the Mr. Director here, J. Cole. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I do like the background, by the way. It's smooth. But
It is.
Richie, he's looking good. He's looking good. He says no random comms for him. I feel like he's enjoying it. Please put your phone on charge, mate. You was on like 20% earlier. I just don't. I don't want you to leave us. Okay. I've still got that picture of you. I've still got Elsa. Speaking of, real quick, just to give you guys a quick reminder before we end up getting in. Is it? There we go. Oh, look! It's our favourite Richie coming back.
Let's go.
This is the wheel that you can get for the Mystery Grand Prix. Of course, we ended up getting China eliminated for the wet one as well, but just pretend China's not there, Romy. Right? So you've got Hungary, Spa, Netherlands, Abu Dhabi, Mexico, Bahrain, Qatar. What would you want to see for the next race after Las Vegas?
Well, I would love to. Well, I don't know what I'd love to see, to be honest. I don't know. I don't really know what I'd love to see.
I'd tell you what I'd love to see. I'd love to see Richie doing another duet with Joseph.
I agree with that one. Yeah, definitely. I would love to see that one though.
Oh, so Richie.
Yep.
This is an open question to you in the chat.
Yeah.
What donation goal would we have to hit for you to do another singing
Let's-
session on stream before your next race? What would be the goal? Just pure silence now, waiting for him. This is where he's already fell asleep, isn't it? He's gone.
And
He saw
and
him as
now we
Elsa
wait.
again. He snip and tooled it and took it off, printed it off, stuck it on his wall. To be fair, I'll stick it on my wall. I feel like I did a pretty good job with the Photoshop, given I was given 20 seconds to do it. I can't complain. 1,000. Right, so if we end up hitting the goal of £1,000, which is the target overall, before Richie next gets in the booth, he'll be doing another rendition of a song, which I feel like I'll leave up to his commentary partner to select the song for him. Can be as harsh as he wants. Personally, I feel like Richie would do absolutely brilliant with Mysterious Girl.
Yeah. Like,
What song would you want to hear him sing, Omi?
Well, I don't know really many songs, so hard one. But I like to just sing anything really, like anything, literally.
Anything.
I'm
at all.
just happy that I'm not doing it. So
Ron Har's asking us if we could just please spin the wheel. Ah, I wish I could. I wish I could spin the wheel. It's not yet. We gotta have to wait. You can't get any extra practice in. I know.
yeah, unfortunately, sadly.
I know. It's unfortunate. I wish we could. Not just all of the time here, I promise. But we do have 19 drivers in the lobby. We are waiting on that one aforementioned driver. And as soon as they're in, we'll be able to take it to the one-shot qualifying around Las Vegas.
Yes, and we do get a countdown for that, but we don't get it for the race, as I think you've already learned by literally every single commentator who's been on a broadcast here so far.
We don't get a countdown for the race? That's the first time I've heard about this one, Omi.
Oh,
Ron Har's asking, how many times do we spin the wheel for the 24 hours? I'll let Jess answer that one. Because I believe it's... seven? I want to say 7. It's either 6 or 7. You can tell it's midnight because my brain's just stopped working all of a sudden. But of course, we will be looking to try and get that Singapore Grand Prix squeezed back in from my first in here of a commentary box. Unfortunate, but I feel like there's enough space to be able to squeeze it in. Surely.
yeah. Surely, definitely some space for Singapore to be squeezed in, and we'll give that another go then, and
Yeah.
hope it all goes well.
I won't be commentating Singapore. I'll be doing a quick lap around my apartment complex. Enjoy. I won't have to see that track again for a cheeky little bit. But I really hope some of the PlayStation runners got a bit of practice in for the PSGL run around Singapore, which I believe is happening still on Monday.
Yeah.
Which, could potentially be an advantage. I
Possibly.
know we've got the 5 random races, and then I believe it's every 3rd race we have a mystery wheel. No, my maths is terrible there. Yeah, no, my maths is gone. It's out the window. I took all that power to use it to defer how many points Ron Har wanted from a wheel spin. It's gone. That's unfortunate, but nevertheless, we do have 20 drivers in the lobby, and they have started to ready up. And we got some names here that we're familiar with.
Yes, absolutely, we are familiar with. So let's see. Then.
Are we? Are we, Omi? Are we?
Possibly.
You don't sound sure there, Omi.
Possibly we could be.
Possibly.
I guess we'll see in a second.
Well, okay. So, I could already see Leroy from earlier, who ended up having a brilliant battle around Kota. We've also got Primo Milenkovic, who's a pretty decent PC racer. But again, he's coming up against these PlayStation lot. And we've already seen the PlayStation lot are definitely capable of holding their own. We've got Vaporizer back for NSX as well, so I expect to see him towards the front. We've got Kian as well, hopping in. Kian, yet again, another quick driver. He was tipped to be the first race winner here as well. Then we've got the likes of Yane, Keanu still there, Matty Robo, and Kodon N'Golo as well. so many talented drivers here from the PC side. So I'm expecting the PC lot to come ahead of PlayStation. There's no pressure. But if you're an engineer or a driver in the chat, just know there's pressure. Okay? I want to see PC do better. There's a reason I'm head comms of PC at PSGL. It's because we're better. We're better than the PlayStation lot.
Yes.
I said it, Jess. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
I said it. I said it. PC Master Race. Get the little dude up with the little... What is it? Is it a wig? It's a wig he's got, isn't it? The buff dude. He's basically balding. He's got no hairline. But yes, I feel like enough of us rambling on about the PC Master Race. Now, if OBS would behave, it's not a black screen, I promise you. There is F1 here. There we go. Thank you very much. Don't know why it does this sometimes. It just has a bit of trouble trying to switch it back to F1 as soon as I boot up the F1 game. It's interesting. But we're here. We're going to be looking. As I believe we've had the ping for all the drivers to get ready. And now everyone has readied up. And it'll be the one start qualifying. Now, Omi, prediction-wise, out of the PC lot, who do you reckon's going to be coming first?
Hard one. I'm gonna say Keanu Leetard, as I know a lot of him. I've commentated too much on him, so I'm just gonna say him.
Everywhere. He's literally everywhere.
Yes, he's doing so many races as well in this event. Like literally, I haven't watched many races, but the races I have watched, he's been in there.
Yeah, we got a couple little points in the chat as well. Leroy gonna cook for CRL. I sure hope so. Vegas is great. The racing is too, from NSX Bosnia. I dread to think what else you get up to in Vegas. Hopefully you're not spending it all on cocktails, because for like $30 a cocktail there. That's stupid expensive. But I suppose that's what you get when you go to Vegas. We've got Nathan saying Kian. Deathstorm says, I liked it in my league. Presumably he's talking about Regas and not Kian. Because I couldn't think of a worse driver to have in your league than Kian, because he would just be too quick. Especially for me. I would have wanted him in my league. I'd be absolutely in the mud. As we got Mako disqualified himself from the session, he'll be starting from the back of the grid as the team's punishment. But we're riding on board here with Ethan Ned 2005 in the not Wales Esport liveried car, because it's not burning my eyes yet. You'll know when it's the Wales Esport car, because if you haven't seen it in a night race, it literally flashbangs you. There's your warning. There's your one warning. I won't tell you when I'm switching to them, but there is a flashbang in there. As so far, your prediction for pole, it's looking pretty good. He's currently P2. He's slowly catching. And we've got a couple more of these technical corners. We've got the turning braking zone, chucking the front load in on the front wing. It's difficult, this circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely is. Always very close to the wall. But yeah, Keanu Leetard is really an easy one to go to as well. So that's why I really went for him, and I know how quick he is. So definitely easy one to go for if you want to get a prediction correct. So there's a slight chance you can get it right, but obviously now there's a lot of other drivers who are also putting in some good laps, like Kian right now, who's in P1. It looks pretty stable for the top two as it stands right now.
Yeah, can you see an obvious sponsor for this track? Because I sure can't. I feel like I might need to go to Qatar Airways though for some reason. Just a hunch. As we end up getting a qualifying result through. And that'll be the starting grid, and I don't believe your prediction was correct, Omi. So shame on you. I'm gonna take you back after we switch over to Jess. I'm gonna teach you a little bit about Kian and a bit about the green racing team, because they're scary, and I'm not just talking about the Ron Hard dude that got in. They're all scary. It's F7R rebranded with a little bit of meme on it as well. It's scary quick. But we got Kian in pole, Keanu P2, Miss Parla in P3, Kodor in P4, Timo P5, Vaporizer in P6, Jakku in P7, Leroy P8, Finley in P9, Primoz in P10. And we got the rest of the grid rounding out there as well. And I'll tell you something which has kind of caught me by surprise is Yane being in P14. Normally see him being a little bit further up than that, but I suppose with 2 stops being mandatory for this race, as every race been in this 24 Hours of Formula 1 2023, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a couple of differing strategies. What sort of strategy would you want to go for, Omi?
Very interesting, I think. But I think I definitely do think that the drivers, I think we could possibly see a few softs, mediums there as well. So I think it could be very interesting. So I think we're going to see a bit of a split as well. Now, I did do a one hub race around here
Oh dear.
previously, but and that was at two stop. But I can't fully remember the strategy and all of that from there because I think obviously in there was so many safety cars and all chaos happening. So
Won't
it
have that
definitely did
this
spice it
time.
up. Yep.
So I'm expecting the hard, soft strategy to make it a free stop race. It's clearly going to be the quickest way possible for these drivers. If they listen to the comms team for engineering advice, don't listen to your engineers, guys. You got them for a reason. But a triple hard strategy, I feel like would be interesting. Not quick, but it would be interesting.
It would. It would. Definitely.
It would add a bit of pizzazz to the back of a grid when you'd be 20 seconds off the pace because you paid an extra pit stop onto a hard gunpowder tyres. But we've got the curved grid here with the 3, the 4, the 5 red lights. And it looks like we're going to be underway here for Vegas as all the cars get a stern getaway. No one bogging down too much as we're going to have Kian taking the lead compared to the Aquafresh car behind him. I'm still dubbing at that. You can't change my mind. As they're all going to follow through very patiently and very formally in almost a single file line until we end up getting to that golden car of Finley there. See, it's in the night races. It doesn't look golden. It looks better in the day. That's what I will say. But he's going to be making that move with a very late braking move, almost hitting the back of Jakku there, trying to get through Sector 1. But most of the drivers got away pretty cleanly, so fair play to him.
Yeah, most of them did as well as Liam dives to the inside to try and get past Primos as well there. So some great battling, but we have Keanu on those medium compound of tires, so he'll be coming under a bit of pressure at this stage of the race. But very interesting to see all of the different liveries right now as well. As we are obviously under the lights at this stage, but Keanu Leotard falling out of the 1 second as expected, and everyone's going to be passing him on the long straight as we're also going to go side by side for third.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough one to kind of keep an eye on and making sure we understand what the battle for the race lead could be, especially considering the 2 stops. And it's normally just going to be a whole muddle. But one thing we're going to be absolutely abundant of is overtakes down this DRS sector when the DRS ends up getting popped open, and even when the DRS isn't open, as Sapala. There we go. See, I'll read chat. Tater, thank you. Sapala, I got it. Ends up getting that move done for P3. And we've got not an abundant of different tyres here as well, so it'll be very interesting to sort of see how it's going to unravel itself, I'm going to say, throughout the course of this race. And whether they're going to try and go soft, medium, medium, or whether the medium runners are just going to try and stretch out their mediums as far as they can to try and get another soft run in towards the end of a race. Because personally, for me, I feel like that's what I would like to do.
Yeah, so we'll see what the drivers do go for, but with 2 stops, definitely plenty of options out there for them as well. So cannot wait to see what they all do come up with. But right now, yep, looks like most of them keeping it clean. What we like to see as well.
I don't feel like that's a permitted livery we've got in this race. I sure hope the BBC's not watching. I don't have a TV license. I'm not sure I'm allowed to look at a Pudsey Bear liveried car. But no, it's a brilliant cause. It's the children in need. They ended up doing a whole manner of sim racing work over in Confetti over Nottingham Way, which was absolutely brilliant to watch. I was part of it myself. It was absolutely fantastic. But enough about me talking about different charities, because we're here to raise a little bit of money for special effect. And I'll tell you what, we don't need any special effects underneath these cars because the sparks are flying down this back straight. It's a beautiful sight, isn't it?
Yep, around Vegas, definitely a spectacle as well. Doesn't matter what opinions you have about the racing and the circuit, but definitely a spectacle, and great to see all of the cars make their way through. So yeah, all of these liveries looking really, really interesting, all of them, and I'm definitely keeping an eye on all of them. I don't know what's my favourite one so far, though.
Well, I can tell you, the Aquafresh one certainly isn't my favourite of the ABS team. Sorry, guys. It looks a bit too much like my Colgate toothpaste, which is in the bathroom. It's not my personal take. I can understand why people would like it. It is minty fresh, but you know, it's not quite there for me. It's not across the line. And yes, Cole Paradox, every time you check in, Vaporizer's been racing. Is he alright? No, I think he's actually tied into his sim rig and he can't physically get out, because he's been doing so many of these races. But I mean, it just goes to show the level of dedication these drivers have all up and down the grid to commit themselves and their teams to 24 hours of non-stop racing. It's something a lot of drivers wouldn't necessarily even consider, but these drivers, they're willing to do it. They're willing to stay up the night. They're willing to give us some entertaining throughout the night, which will be brought to you by, certain someone here in the comms box with me, and of course, Jessica Ball as well.
Yep, and now we are into Sunday as well. So a new day now.
Right.
But we're continuing the racing here in Vegas.
Just got to clarify this one as well for chat. When I'm streaming, we ain't showing the ERS. Competitive advantage. It's charity stream. No chance. You're not getting it. Maybe if it was a social race, you might be able to get a little whippet. But if I'm riding on board, there's a potential you could see it on the wheel. That's as far as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna get full figure because it'll be nice and blurry. I'm going to make it horribly awkward for you to see as well. I might start shaking the camera horribly, just so you can't necessarily get a full reading. But we will have drivers still making moves up and down the grid here, as we end up seeing the Chris Liam getting past her in P9 towards the background. But DRS is open. This is where we're going to start seeing these drivers, within a second, get all sorts of close to one another, and we're going to really try and mix it up, have a little jest with each other, and really see who's got the cojones to try and take it too wide into some of these corners, which are just as tight as they are in real life. It's almost impossible to really try and get anything out of the exits of some of these corners, unless you're looking for a barrier or a wall, because when I give Vegas a go, I quite often find myself in a barrier or a wall. I don't intend to be there, but what can I say? It turned in on me.
Yeah, I don't really drive much. Well, right now at this stage, I can't drive in the game, so I'm trying to get that fixed. But I can't even drive anyway when I'm able to, so I'd be straight in the wall, and I'd probably be running last.
Yeah, I mean, we got a great shout there from J. Cole of putting a little overlay over the top of it so we can't see, just like we did in the F1 sim racing, and then proceeded to show a camera of the differential as well. Interesting move. As Sipala finds himself, I'm not sure whether it's actually Miss Parler driving or a Doctor Who using the TARDIS to get through into P2 there. But whichever way works, I suppose they found himself in P2. Can't take it as a knock on the chin. An overtake's an overtake at the end of the day. We'll take it. But yeah, that's a great question from Nathan. Comms, what is our favourite livery?
Ooh. Well, I think you all know what's not our favourite livery for sure.
I'm not sure what you mean. Is it this one?
No.
No. What do you mean? Would you care to maybe give some pointers?
Possibly someone on the mediums. Possibly the leading driver on the mediums.
Potentially.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it's Aquafresh. I'll tell you what. All he needs is a red helmet. That has Aquafresh branding all over it. Slap it on. Job done. Brilliant. So far, it just looks a bit like a Oral-B or a Colgate. I swear. They should give you a sponsorship the amount of times I've mentioned them on this stream. But also, we do have Kodor in the... I like these colours, so I'm putting him on my car livery, as I believe me and Chris dubbed it, because it's an unholy combination. It's something I would expect to see off an Imp in Diablo, rather than a race car in Formula 1. But it's certainly not stopping Kodor from getting a charge on here and using the DRS to fly back past, claim back up into P2. But we could probably expect that one to change in the next lap as well, as they're going to be using the DRS, trading off one another to try and catch back up to Kian, who finds himself in a quite a respectable lead at the minute, almost 3 seconds ahead. ERS light is flashing though, so potentially could be a small issue. But I did realise I have kind of weaseled my way out of answering the question, haven't I?
Yeah, you have.
As we got a DNF for QVR Killer at the back. Okay, right, if I'm thinking about this one. As Kodor hops in the pits. Putting a set of mediums on. Lap 6? A little early, don't you think?
It is early, a tiny bit for these drivers, but getting one of their pit stops out of the way. It's pretty early, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
well.
it's a bold call. I'm not sure whether I would personally be the one to take it, but there's a reason I'm not driving. There's a reason why these guys are miles quicker than me. But out of absolutely no biasy whatsoever to the Spectacular event, Children Needed, I would say this let's say one-off Vegas livery. Let's dub it as that one. Has probably been my favourite. But if we're talking a serious sense of the liveries, I don't want to be boring, but it might have to be Kian's. It just reminds me of the old Jaguar. The green, the reds on the front wing as well. It just reminds me of that HSBC Jaguar, the car I fell so madly in love with back in the day. It's brilliant. It's a shame we don't get to see any of these coloured cars, like, even run at Grand Prix events either. It's a shame. It's a shame.
I'd probably need to see every single livery to answer that question. Oh. Well, definitely not this one.
No, I can tell you
I
that
don't know
bit.
why you keep bringing us to it.
Oh, it's entertaining. It's fresh. It's something new. It's minty.
The red and white one down in P15.
Oh, is that Matty Robo? It is. Okay, it's no longer a flashbang, which is nice to see. But I think that's the different red and white car we've got, because we've got two. We've got the Esports Wales car, which is literally a walking flashbang. I'll tell you what. Let's have a little gander. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, right. It's not those. Right. It's not those. So where would it be? I'm losing my marbles. I'm absolutely going stir crazy at this moment in time. But I will say, Yarne's car here, the black with the reds, although I did say it looks like a Motorsport Manager default car, right? I'm not taking that back, but it still looks clean.
Yeah, it does.
There's a chat saying it can't be any other than the orange livery. The Arrows car, down in P15, with the rear wing black as well. It does add something to it. I'm not going to take that away.
Yeah.
But every time I look at it, I just think of Jos Verstappen. And then that makes me think of Max Verstappen and the Dutch national anthem. And how many times I've heard it. So, through association, I can't pick that one. But it is a stunning car. Favourite colour's orange as well, which probably weighs in just a little bit on it. But I'm a fan of a lot of these liveries. If not all of them. Apart from the one livery, which suddenly escapes my mind. As we're going to see almost all the drivers, apart from Keanu, diving it in the pits. As we got Minty Fresh. Why is it the Minty Fresh one staying out? Alright, okay, we've got Children in Need following through. Then we'll have Kian here, who pitted last lap on a set of mediums. He's going to be looking to try and recapture his lead, and it looks like he's very safely done that, and he might even be looking to try and push on to extend the gap to his closest rivals. Kodal pit as well, he's within the DRS now, but his tyres will be dying towards the end of a stint. No, chat, stop. I can already hear the Dutch national anthem. I've mentioned its name once, and I can already hear it. Oh dear. I'm glad we're not doing the night shift, otherwise, mind you, I might as well be doing the night shift because we're going to be awake all night thinking about it now. It literally haunts me. As a Ferrari fan, that anthem haunts me.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. But, something else we should mention as well. NSX with Vaporizer here. Championship leaders at the minute. Last year's champions find themselves in P7. Not where they used to be in.
Yeah, definitely not where they're used to being as well. So, we'll see if any of that changes. Hopefully something will. But I'm sure there will be some... I'm sure there's going to be a lot of action all the way till the end with all these strategies.
Real quickly, is Jess in the Twitch chat? Could we send, like, Jess to Vegas real quick with, like, a little water bucket or something and just, like, start covering a little... Just for break-in zones, we do.
Yeah.
What's the worst livery? That's another great question. You know, I've got a really good candidate for it. Mint.
I mean, at this stage, I might as well just send you an email. So keep an eye on your emails. For a sponsorship deal, possibly.
Yes,
coming your way.
Colgate, reach out to me at JTM1150 on Twitter. I'll hook you up with some puns. Terrible puns, but puns nonetheless. But no, I wouldn't necessarily say there's a bad looking livery on the grid. I'd say all of them look alright. As much as we jest that it's Colgate, Oral-B, Aquafresh, it still looks clean, right? And I feel like that's sort of a requirement for this race. I mean, the closest thing we've got to maybe a bit of a messy livery could be Kodal's here. I mean, it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But because the colour palette matches so well with the rest of the colours on the car, it kind of can work. You've just got to squint your eyes really, really hard, and then it just looks like the one colour. Try it. Try it at home right now. Squint your eyes really hard. It's just one colour. It's just purple. And it looks very nice. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you see that? You see that? Yeah. Yeah, if you squint really hard, it just looks like the purple with a small smidge of blue on the front wing, but it's not actually on the front wing, it's on the nose of the car, but you can't see anything because you've shut your eyes, because I told you to. You're all plonkers. Why are you doing that? Shut your eyes, you're going to be missing the race. And we're still seeing here, lap 9 out of 25. Keanu's going to be coming into the pits, so this is where we're going to see the rest of the media runners probably hopping in towards the pits, if not too far away from it. I don't think my fabled hard, soft tyre strategy, the traditional free stop is going to be working out here. It's a shame. I was really hoping someone would have just bit the bullet, gone for it.
Oh,
No,
so
so-
Jess is in the live chat. Yeah, so
Yeah, okay.
yes, sir. Jess, I think you need to go out to Vegas and, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either oil,
Yeah,
banana
something
from
like that.
Mario Kart, something. Just sprinkle it around on track. Let's get us some spinning.
Yeah.
Maybe a fog machine as well for some dramatic effects. Theme
Yeah.
song as well. Top tier comms, I'm not sure you could necessarily call us that one. Half a race we've been commenting on is which cars look pretty and which ones don't. But Jacko here is going to be looking to try and make our jobs a little bit easier and trying to pull off a move on Colgate in front of him. Yes, Keanu, I've now dubbed you as Colgate.
Poor Keanu Reeves, I wonder what he's going to say to me when I next interview him, probably somewhere in
Should ask him,
PSGL when he...
ask him what he brushes his teeth with in PSGL. If he
Yeah.
says Colgate, you know
Yeah.
where the inspiration came from for the livery. That's all I'm going to say. But we do have a lovely DRS train forming here. And we do have that battle up towards the front of the field as well. But I'm very interested to sort of see, with the setups we've all got on, how this double slipstream, with a little bit of help of DRS, is really going to work out. And now you noticed there wasn't a lot of battery used in the higher end gears. It was more used to get out the corners, which is traditional for a lot of these esports drivers and competitive racers. So it really starts adding to the question of where are they finding the time to reharvest the battery, because there's such few hard braking points which gives you an opportunity to recharge it. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Where would you
Yeah.
charge? You've raced around Vegas, haven't you? Because I've been fortunate
well-
enough to only do time trials.
Well, in a 5-lap race with AI where I've been running deep at every corner, so I guess you want to count that.
Yeah,
Right at the beginning of the game
Heard-
cycle as well, so...
I heard it here first. Kian, if you're watching or listening to us on stream, or if your engineers are, just lock up going into any braking zone, take the wide route, just stop the car for a little while, keep the pedal on
Yeah.
the throttle as well, recharge your ARS, it's fine. A part of me was really hoping I didn't cast a Curson, but a part of me also wanted to see a bit of white smoke come off from the tyres. As I believe we've made someone take up a bit of the advice. I believe that was Yane who took up the advice of running it a little deep, recharging the battery. You saw the ERS light still flashing. Only I don't think the tactic works, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
Oh.
do you think they just needed to run it a little bit deeper?
Yeah, I think possibly a bit deeper, and then we might see some different results of
Do you
that. So
reckon-
yeah, let's see who else is gonna try it now.
I reckon if you held your brakes all the way until you hit the Californian border over the desert, your ERS is going to get charged. That's what I say. That's what I reckon the real shout is of this play. But we're going to notice here, coming back onto this pit straight, it's a very subtle slipstream you get down here, isn't it? It's just close enough to give you an opportunity down into turn one, but it does not make it easy for you. Despite what Keanu's making it look like. Don't forget, he's on the soft tyres. He's got a bit of an advantage, just a slight advantage around here. Because the medium tyres are approximately 6/10 off the pace per lap. If I'm remembering my notes correctly. I really hope I am, because I don't have them open. I could just be telling you a whole bunch of fibs.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
It also says here that we don't have access to the sphere emoji, which makes me sad.
Oh,
Can we get access for next year's game? That's all I'm asking.
yes.
Let me customize the emoji around Vegas. That's a
Yeah.
microtransaction for EA. Write it down, guys. Write it down. But,
I don't want Richie on there with his Elsa.
oh, we're gonna have to think of a name for that one. Nelsa. Boom.
Yeah,
Sorted.
There we go.
Nelsa. Dubbed. Oh, I'm gonna copyright claim that one before anyone else can get a chance to.
Oh.
as we watched him file back down onto this back straight. It was the longest. It feels like the longest straight in the world, doesn't it, when you're riding it? We're hopping on board. You're already at 8th gear here. You're already thinking, right, where's my time to brake? Where's my time to brake? Give it a bit longer. Get past Caesar's Palace. Where's my time to brake? Still not here. Still not here.
Still not here.
There we go. There's
There
time
we
to
go.
brake. Just about the 100-meter board. And we can't get slowed down enough. And then you just got to be careful of that little bump there, because that'll cost you a couple attempts if you end up clattering it like we saw Leroy did. He could potentially have a bit of a jeopardised run going down into turn 1, but I think he's deployed a little bit of battery to make up for it, which is certainly an intelligent way to think about it. So certainly something I wouldn't do. I probably would have just clattered the curb and tried to drive through the wall.
Yeah. Nathan, no, we're both on PC.
Yes,
As well with that.
we're PC. I mean, we're as PC as you can get. I mean, rooting for the PC drivers as well. Not making it a competition between PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, but if we were, PC would come out on top. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're in agreement on that, Omi. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. We'll
Well-
we'll allow you lot to discuss that one in chat.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Jess is going to agree when I commentate with her in a bit
It's
after
fine.
the race
Just
on that one.
just pretend I initiated it all. You were forced to agree. I made you sign a contract beforehand. It's fine. As we see in Vaporizer here, as we mentioned earlier, was in P6, P7. We're not necessarily used to seeing VSX so far down when it comes to the 24 hours of F1. And Vaporizer certainly doing his best to make sure he's not staying that far down. He's going to be looking to get a shimmy on. He's going to be looking to get a move going down here into P3. The real question is, where's he going to pull it? Is he going to try and get it in the braking zone, or is he just sitting behind for now? He's sitting behind for now. He's playing it a bit tactically. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. Because the more time he waits behind Sapala, the more chance Kodor and Kian have got to really get going. I mean, you think about it as well. Keanu behind on the soft compound tyre. It's only a matter of time before he ends up climbing up to the back of this fight as well. This is interesting. Nathan saying PC has better grip. Unfair comparison. I'll tell you what, I completely agree, Nathan. I feel like the only way to settle this is if we try and get everyone involved here tonight onto the Wii for F1 2009. We end up getting them all racing on that game, on multiplayer, setting a time trial, and we're going to find out which drivers are the quickest using the Wii console, because that way, no one's a winner. Everyone's suffering in the game.
Yes, and also on PC, we're able to get voice hacks as well, which George Morgan started, and I definitely didn't buy it off him as well.
No.
It's a little trick for us commentators, voice hacks.
Oh, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. But no, I mean, looking at this, right, surely if you're Vaporizer, Keanu's caught up in 9/10 in that last lap. You've got to pull the trigger now, surely. Surely. Oh, the battery there as well. He's got the potential to get this move sorted. He's already doing it. Never mind. I'll hold my breath and I'll hold my tongue for a little bit longer because he's already done it before the braking zone.
Yes, he has done it into the before the braking zone, and then he can go into the braking zone absolutely normally, unless he wants to attempt any of the tricks we were talking about earlier on. Which it looks like
there we
not
go.
going for
We've
it.
got the flashbang cars. They're back. Oh, dear me. My eyes are already starting to sting. Thankfully, we've got Yade in that beautiful black liveried car behind, the Motorsport Manager-esque car. I feel like I'm just disrespecting everyone's creative ability here. I don't mean it in a disrespectful manner. But if you're going to make your car as bright as the sun, please make sure you don't drive directly under the lights around Singapore or Vegas, because it hurts.
Yeah.
As Yade makes a very late move to the inside there, trying to get a 2-for-1, only ends up getting a 1-piece. That's not exactly the sort of result you want when you go to a KFC around Vegas. You're looking for that boneless banquet, and he's going to be trying... I don't know why why am I segued into KFC? Obi! I know, I'm hungry, you can tell, guys. But yes, Yade here going to be looking to try and get that move done. Of the same age tyres as Matty Robo, so this could potentially be a very interesting sort of few turns we're going to see here between these two to try and really understand how the racing's going towards the back of the field, because we've not seen too much, but what we will see here is Yane pulling to the inside, making the intentions known, give him fair space there on the outside, doesn't end up running it into the wall. It's beautiful to see. A little bit of hard and fair racing. We've seen it quite a lot here today. We've been, to be quite honest, we've been truly spoilt so far. But Yane's not quite there to make the move, and now they look a little bit vulnerable to Ethernet behind. We've got the three consoles here, don't we? PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Tell you what, KFC is red and white, and if you're hungry, that's very true, Chalkers. That is very true. I knew I was thinking something. I knew it wasn't a good thought because I've already had food, but you know, so what's a bonus banquet when you're hungry, right? I'm starving. But Matty still leading that position, but he does have these two cars with double slipstream. They'll be doing everything in their power to make sure he's not able to retain that P16. Well, I should say P15, but now he's down to P16. And I do believe that'll be Ethaned also trying to just catch up slightly. As you see him almost going too wide, Yane ends up picking up a 3-second time penalty from cutting that curb. And I can tell you something, that curb does not gain you any more time. As Yane now is forced to the outside for that fast right hand. He gets very, very close to the wall there. But Matty, chat, calm down. Calm down, chat. He's back into P15. His battle's still got to rage on. Josh, all I've had is a pot noodle and anxiety. I need some KFC in my life. J. Cole, Uber Eats it, mate. You've earned it. You've absolutely earned it. If you don't know, J. Cole is kind of running as the director for this stream. And he's been flat out now for as long as the stream's been going. Which I believe we're almost hitting the 12-hour mark as well. As Supala here is going to be looking to try and get back one on Vaporizer, who got the overtake sorted. But I feel like we're going to be in for a little bit of late drama here, Omi.
Yes. I think we're going to be in for some late drama.
It's Vegas tradition, isn't it? It's Vegas. You got to wait till the last lap and absolutely send a dive bomb on Sergio Perez out of nowhere to get overtake of the year. Although I'm a Ferrari fan, it doesn't deserve it. Still salty.
Yes.
But hey, who am I to say? I'm just a wee little commentator over here. But
I didn't even watch Vegas. Because I was mainly focused on Macau that weekend.
Yeah, another interesting one. But we can see here on the pit stop standing, Kodor and Yaku have both done their 2 stops, so they're looking to go to the end from now. And then we're gonna have Mako hopping up there slightly. He's only done the 1 stop. Chris Liam's done the 2. Pease has done the 2. Friday's done the 2. Leroy's done the 2. So we've got that little mid-pack there, which has all done the 2 stops.
Yes.
But how much of an undercut are they going to get on these front runners? That's what I'm wondering. Because if they're not able to gain a track position, it's going to be very, very, very tough for them to try and fight for this win. Because
it is going to be tough.
That's the reason they're here. They're here to win. They want the points. They need the points for the championship. So when it comes to the end of the 24 hours, we can crown the champions. At the minute, NSX slightly running away with it. But it wouldn't surprise me if we see a couple more star-studded performances from the other teams as well. And to be quite honest with you, Kian's not done too bad himself so far this race, has he? A 5.2 second lead at the front of the field. Feels like I'm watching regular F1, just with a slightly different coloured Red Bull at the front of the field.
Yes. He might have been the one who was rushing to get all of the USB stuff sorted before this one as well. Possibly.
Potentially. This is where I wish I had my little vision mixer board I've got on the university campus, where I can just slowly start a transition between the 2 scenes, so we could just have Ron Haas' face ghosted up every time we mention a USB stick. Just for a little shush. Brilliant. But Vaporizer, Kian, Supala, Keanu, all in the pit. So this is where we're going to see Kodor really try and get some gains sorted. But it's a very awkward pit exit here, isn't it? It kind of threads you out onto the racing line, but Kodor's having none of it. He takes the inside line, so thank you very much. You're going to have to look at my liveried car, which, I mean, to be honest, it looks like a unicorn's painted it. And I can see the appeal, but sorry. Did I just catch that right? I thought that was a free wide moment in the background, but it's not. They're going for Noah's Ark. 2x2, ends up going to 1x1. Right. I thought it was getting free wide moment there in Vegas. My heart was in my mouth. I was starting to panic. I was getting the same anxiety J. Cole was having with his pot noodle. Okay, we can breathe. But now, most of these front runners have done their pit stops. Omi.
Yes.
So it's over to you, mate. Who's winning?
Oh, well, I didn't get the qualifying one right, so Hard one. I'm just gonna say. Well, actually, not really. I'm just gonna go with Kian.
Kian.
And I's probably not gonna do it. So.
I mean, what, are we saying Kian or Keanu?
Kian. This
Kian.
time around.
I mean, he's currently in the lead, but we know the cast curse has had a prominent effect throughout this stream so far.
Yes.
It wouldn't surprise me if we end up causing another one, as for a second I thought that was Kian grabbing a penalty, but it was Sipala, currently in P2, ends up picking up a 3-second time penalty because of that outrageous curb. You ride it too much, he sends you into the wall. You don't ride it enough, you lose too much time. You ride it just right, and you end up receiving a penalty for it. I hate the curb. I really, really do. It's a bane of my existence. But I'll tell you something right now. The bane of Colgate's existence might belong to Jakku and Chris Liam, who are trying to come up with their own toothpaste brand. But something tells me a dark blue or a lime green toothpaste wouldn't do as well as a minty fresh turquoise one.
Yes.
Would you brush your teeth with a green toothpaste?
No.
I don't think I would either. No. Mind you, what's that one which is on TikTok everywhere? Is it High Smile's like the aligners, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's a purple one. As Ecos's Jays ends up retiring from the race on the hard tyre. I told you, hard tyres for a curse around here. Triple stop, that was the way to do it. You didn't show the triple stop respect. Hard tyres got back at you. I'm trying to think now, but I know their toothpaste is purple, and that just sounds odd to me. That a toothpaste is purple. Weird one. But we still have a number of battles raging through the grid, but although they seem to have simmered down slightly, the temperature might have gone down from maybe a 5 to a 2. Don't you worry. In the last couple of laps, it'll get cranked back up to 10. I can almost assure you. It'll just be a waiting time. Drivers don't want to be in the front of the pack. They don't want to be losing potential battery that they could be saving if they're sitting in a train. They don't want to be the ones getting jumped on the last lap. Very similar to what we saw with Charles and Perez. It'll be interesting. It's definitely going to simmer up into something magical towards the dying embers of this match. So if you're listening to us talk about toothpaste for any longer, just stay with us, please.
Yes.
Please. As we've got a cheeky move there by the Children in Need car into turn 1. But is he going to be able to hold it around the outside here for turn 2, 3? It doesn't look like it, but he's still there. He's still close enough. He's still looking to try and get that move. But without the aid of DRS, you can just see Pease pulling away slightly because he was able to open up that rear wing. And it just goes to show how powerful the DRS is around the circuit. As a whole, even without Slipstream or ERS being deployed, it's a fantastic contraption. Really ace of overtaking, but boy does it make it hard to overtake someone once they end up picking up the detection.
Yeah, really crucial detection zone as well. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of possibly drivers doing battle over the different zones as well. So possibly a bit of DRS chicken coming into play in the battle for a second. So who knows?
Right, I've got a line on my bingo card. Believe it or not, Richie singing was on my bingo card. I'll tell you that one for sure. But it's going to be interesting. It's certainly going to boil down. Hopefully it doesn't boil over, but at the end of the day, it is racing. These drivers are all competitive. All of them want to be in the same position. And all of them want to be in Kian's position, which, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say is too bad of a place to be in at the minute. 4.2 seconds ahead of Vaporizer behind. Setting a fastest lap. It's not looking bad at all for Kian.
Yes, definitely isn't looking bad at all for him right now. So yeah, I'm just trying to think. Is that a Red Bull, possibly? Have they just painted something over it, or... interesting.
I think... Right.
We need some investigations on this one now, I think.
Yeah, I mean... Is it a conspiracy that it was the same liveried car Ron Ha was driving? Maybe it wasn't the USB stick. Maybe it wasn't the PNG of him shushing everyone. Maybe it's something to do with the car.
Interesting. Further investigations need to be.
Yeah, you might have to do some investigation to see where Shrek found the materials to make this car from his swamp, because it is coloured like it, I'm not going to lie. But it does remind me of the old Jag, so I'll give it a couple bonus points for it, and I won't call it Shrekmobile ever again. That's a lie. I want to call it the Shrekmobile. But Sipala here with the DRS once again. It'll be popped open just right there. You'll see it. You get the DRS about, what would you say, 20% into the straight. and then you've just got the rest of it to cruise, and you can see the slipstream behind a Vaporizer. He's trying to tuck back into it, but the DRS is just so prominent and so powerful. He's not really able to keep the speed with the DRS user. That's why you don't want to be at the front of the train. That's why you want to be towards the back, so you can get the DRS on the cars in front. As I'm sure everyone in chat is aware of how DRS works. I'm not insulting your intelligence. I believe all of you do, but if anyone doesn't, pop me a message. I'll hook you up. I've got a whole academic paper written on why DRS is good for sports. Conclusion, it wasn't, but hey, that's my opinion. That's why I love doing academic papers, because my opinion doesn't matter in the end of the day. It's just whatever the markers do. But we got Chris Liam here, who doesn't necessarily care what the drivers in front of him were doing on the soft compound tyres. He's happy to cruise by the mediums. Brilliant double overtake there from Chris. Going down into turn 1 and sweeping it around for turn 3 as Colgate gets very, very close to his gearbox. I wouldn't be having that personally.
Yes, absolutely. Getting really, really close.
I'll be
too close.
I'll be parking my well, not Williams, on every single apex imaginable. That's a not Williams. Come on, Obi. That's not a Williams. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of something for IRT. IRTEMs. Yes. That's not the one. No. But once again, we'll see the use of a DRS from Vaporizer having another little cheeky switcheroo. Now, we've got to the part now where it's, you know, midnight. Hopefully, the majority of us still watching are adults. So if you want to take a shot now for every time Simpala and Vaporizer overtake each other with aided DRS down the back straight, it would be a great time to start. I say that. Kodor's trying to get in the picture here as well.
He is now. Yep, on those mediums. Starting to join this party. Simpala obviously does have a penalty to be applied at the end of this race. So, yeah, he's in this party now on lap number 23.
God, imagine if it was lap 3. We'd have 22 more laps to go of watching them swap places with the aids of DRS. Beautiful. As I believe that was Mako getting past a driver hopping into the pits. It's a little late to go for the last pit stop. I mean, a free stop, I did mention it. Goes onto the hard compound tyre. I'm sure Leroy will be able to work some... No, he's chosen softs. Curses. As Matty, the GOAT, as the chat have so called him, for holding off Yarde for so long, ends up picking himself up a 3-second time penalty with the flashbang mobile. It's unfortunate. He's had a really good race. He was holding himself up in a very respectable position, fighting against some of the great names here. But unfortunately, it's just one of those, isn't it? Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, and it doesn't look like it's going to be working out for Matty here. But I say this, if you decided to play one of these drinking games, there you go. There's your first one. I will say make sure your orange juice is in date though, because last thing you want is an iffy belly, especially the commentary team. Don't get drinking orange juice. It does all sort of heebie-jeebies to your inside. Your stomach won't be happy. But Vaporizer certainly wouldn't be too upset with that overtake, because it means he'll be second in this train, coming onto the final lap.
Yes.
If he stays behind, that's the key.
Yes, and this is where they might start fighting for that detection zone, where possibly we might be seeing the driver in second back off a tiny bit, and then everyone just back off, and then we get to a point where they're all stopping by.
Yeah.
As well, possibly.
Getting to a point where they're going through one of the drive-thrus on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
Heard of as a really good Starbucks.
Yeah.
I mean, have you got caffeine on you?
Nope.
Do you want to go brew yourself a coffee real quick?
Well, probably I am going to do. Though I'm probably going to do it after my stint right now, and then the 2 races gap I have. That's where I'm probably going to go for that.
Yeah, potentially. Get yourself filled up with coffee, because it's going to be a long night here for the commentators, which have bravely volunteered to do the midnight stint.
I love the night stint. Oh my god.
I do love the night
Every
stint.
24-hour event, I love it. And also loved it on the Australia weekend, loved it on the Japan weekend. Oh, it's just amazing. Especially the Australia weekend when there was F3 and F2. Anyway, I think we might have some cars possibly about to go wheel to wheel, so I'll shut up now.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say shut up. But we do see Vaporizer taking back the lead of this train, and Kodor also find himself a way through, which is something Sipala would not be wanting here in the slightest, because he wants to keep an eye on Vaporizer. But then again, that one counts as well, so pour yourself another glass of orange juice, guys. Guys and gals at home watching this one at the late night. But I will say, when it comes to these night streams, I was mentioning it earlier as well. There's a specific set time where the performances are going to be the best for these drivers relative to their geographical location. It's a brilliant paper done. Forget who it's done by, I probably shouldn't, but oh well. I'm not in a lecture, I don't need to remember stuff, okay guys? Just let me off with this one. So that'll certainly come into play, because if any of these drivers have anyone which might be from the Americas, maybe even, you know, as far as... I'm trying to think now. No? Okay. Yeah, no, it is just Europe, isn't it? I bet it kind of just cuts off. We don't have Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, the little island in the middle of the nowhere, unfortunately. I wish we did. That'd be a great landscape mark. But we've got Vaporizer here, P2. He's going to be looking to try and hold on to this P2 with every single bit of battery he has as he's deploying it now. You can see with the Delta moving further and further away from Kodor, but the Kodor's got that DRS open. Now, is he going to be too far back to make a move? Because it is a hell of a long straight. He's got the DRS deploying. He's on 0%. Vaporizer, the red light's flashing. You can see Kodor catching. Is he going to make a late move to the inside? He decides to sit back and wait himself out. But that'll be Kian also crossing the line here, getting himself, well, dare I say, another win for the Green Fly Racing team. Brilliant work.
Yeah, absolutely. As they'll all come over the line very close to the back. Into the wall goes Jakku at the end.
Oh, Jakku, he couldn't hold it with the Colgate and the not a Williams car. He's going through the final corner as well. It's going to be nailed by finish. 500ths of a second between Keanu and Cross Liam. But of course, we still have a couple more fights going on through the grid here as well. I'm looking down at P16. I'm looking at Ethan heading onto the back straight. 6 tenths. Has he saved a battery? Is Yarne going to be in a bit of trouble? I can see on that wheel there's a little bit of battery still to play with. Yarne looks like they are all out of battery, as we're going to see Ethan cruising past the Xbox driver, showing the PC Master Race why the Xbox Game Pass is better than anything Steam could ever do, as he ends up regaining the position for P15, but now it'll be a short run to the line, hoping he's left a little bit of battery in that tank, otherwise Yarne might be looking to try and make it too wide through the final corner, but it doesn't look like that one's going to happen, as we've got debris all over the track, and that'll be that race around, well, Las Vegas. It's been an interesting one. A lot more patient, a lot more thought through than some of the other races we've seen here today.
Yes.
As Gareth is going to be crossing the line here to round it out.
Yep. Well, Jakku though, done all of it, but just a few more meters left in out of the race he went. So unfortunate for him there, and his team losing out on a few points.
Very, very unfortunate, but sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles, as good old Bruce Almighty said. As we're going to be seeing the the green liveried car with a white jump. Oh, it's Dutch. Of course, it's Dutch. It's always Dutch, isn't it? When it... again, right.
More of a reason for an investigation then. Is it Verstappen maybe behind it? Oh.
It might be.
Interesting. Maybe even a further investigation then.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Interesting.
Well, we'll have to run the numbers on that one, see if Shrek's good friends with Max to get him in their car. But we've got Kian with the fastest lap and the win. Vaporizer, Kodon and Golo, Isipala, Keanu, Cross Liam, Timo, Peas, Friday, Mako, Finley, Primoz, Leroy, Ethan, Yarne, Matty, Gareth, Jakku, rounding out the finishers. We've got Jays and Killer, who were unfortunate and DNF'd in that race. It's certainly a very, very long race around Las Vegas. It can be a very punishing and grueling one at times as well, can't it?
Yep, absolutely. And now we're going to see Josh running off to do those investigations and leaving me and Jess to find out more stuff that we need to investigate and reporting back to Josh
Yeah, I know it's gonna be a tough one because this is my goodbye from the stream. This was my last race, and it's been a pleasure, Obi. It's been a pleasure, everyone in chat. It's been good fun chatting to you and keeping up a positive attitude. But let's not forget about the goal here in mind: to raise money to a great cause for special effects. I'll be certain to pop my donation over. Well, as soon as I get the all okay to swap over here with Jess. But it's been brilliant. It's been very fun. Being a part of this all. Thank you for everyone for getting me involved, and hopefully you guys get some more incredible races heading your way with some of the very best drivers the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So which way do you want me to walk off, Omi? Left or right?
Left.
Okay. Right. There's a wall there.
Oh, even better.
If you hear me collapse, you know why. It's because I've walked off into a wall.
Welcome along to the 24 hours of F1.
We're currently taking a short break to get the next lobby set up.
In the meantime, why not check out our Just Giving page and donate to our chosen charity, Special Effect.
The team at Special Effect offer great technological solutions to help those with physical challenges all across the world.
And anything you give will help transform a person's life with bespoke setups thanks to the teams of occupational therapists and gaming specialists.
We're aiming to raise £1,000 for this event, so if you can, any amount big or small, please give today.
Thank you for your support.
welcome along to the 24 hours of F1.
We're currently taking a short break to get the next lobby set up.
In the meantime, why not check out our Just Giving page and donate to our chosen charity, Special Effect.
The team at Special Effect offer great technological solutions to help those with physical challenges all across the world.
And anything you give will help transform a person's life with bespoke setups thanks to the teams of occupational therapy.
I've just changed it to runner. Just checking. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Are we ready?
Yes.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Could it keep it in? Heavens knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Right, okay. Still not showing Ron Horror on stream, so we're good. That's never going to be broadcast in the light of day, mate. You weren't clipping it, were you?
No, don't worry. I should have, but...
You should have. Been absolutely brilliant. But yeah, that's that one sorted. So I'm going to press end stream. He's still not giving me confirmation. Hello, Jess. You just missed me sing
Jess.
Let It Go. Because I was testing if we were still live on stream. I can continue if you want.
No, thank you. Not at this time of night.
Turn away and slam the door. There you go. Right. But yeah,
Poor
no,
Jess stuck with me for a second week.
Oh, I'm fine with that. It's fine.
it's hardly stuck with you, mate. You're a pleasure to come with.